Hello, it's SupremeKotor. Welcome to another episode of How the Pros Play. Last week we covered how the pros play bunker comps, so this week we're going to cover how the pros play against bunker comps. I'm sorry if it breaks your heart, but the answer to bunker comps actually is not Torb. Instead, there's a variety of different comps, rotations, abilities, and sometimes even just waiting for ultimates to come online to beat bunker comps. One of the most common things that pros do is they just take small fights until they have their ultimates, because the ultimates that are available in bunker comps usually are not that impactful. That said, all of these different methods rely on the same 2 points. 1. Kill Orisa. 2. Kill Bastion. And doesn't have to be in any specific order. Your team can do either of those and you'll probably be successful. So let's take a look first. How did the pros kill Orisa? My personal favorite way to counter bunker comps is the high damage from double sniper. In ranked, this can also look like a Junkrat or a soldier or anything with high sustained damage to melt Orisa and her shield. You can actually see a perfect example right here where the high damage from Hanzo's Storm Arrow and Widow full charge shots are able to kill Orisa before she can even initially set up. Without Orisa's shield, Bastion and the rest of bunker comp tend to fall apart very quickly. In most other comps, it actually doesn't make sense to kill Orisa first. Goats will generally drop right on top of them, and it makes most sense to kill the highest damage source, Bastion, first. Dive will also generally end up right on top of the bunker comp, and again should kill Bastion first. Comps besides 222 with a high damage source like Hanzo, like Junkrat, really should not aim to kill the Orisa first. Dive comps generally need some sort of little boost to kill the Bastion effectively. The Paris Eternal have a fantastic example of this. Gray, their Ana player, has actually found a spot on Hanamura where you can throw the anti-nade up into the air and it will land on Bastion just a few seconds later. As soon as that nade lands, all 6 of them are right on top of the Bastion and melting him instantly. When all 6 of you can end up on top of the Bastion, with a little boost like an anti-nade, there's no way that the enemy bunker should survive. It doesn't have to be as complicated as this either. Sombra is another great pairing with your dive. If she can hack the Bastion, and then all 6 of you jump on the Bastion at that exact same time, there's no way they'll live, and your comp should easily win. It's all about patience. The final way that pros counter Bastion is through goats. They wait until there is a choke, a high ground, or any sort of positional advantage that they can find, and they end up right on top of the Bastion. This unprecedented amount of survivability against this unprecedented amount of damage will generally favor goats as long as they can burst down the Bastion and use their defense matrix effectively. As you may have noticed, almost every single one of these strategies requires your team to work together as 6, to play against a comp that makes it very easy for teams to work as 6. But unfortunately, that doesn't always happen in your ranked games. That's why I wanted to speed along how the pros play a little bit, and spend the last minute or so of this video focusing on how you should actually counter Bastion in ranked. One of the best ways to play against bunker comps is to play for ultimates. Bunker comps tend to sacrifice a Lucio or a Zen and replace them with a Baptiste. This means they don't have that all-important defensive ult. Their only method of surviving your ults is Baptiste Immortality Field. Immortality Field has a 20-second cooldown, so play that out, get the Baptiste to use it, and then grab them, Nanoblade them, Dragon them, EMP them, and you should have a very easy time cleaning them up, getting those kills, and then it's very hard for bunker comp to set back up once they have lost the momentum. If you're struggling to play for ultimates, I suggest hitting the bunker comp with the highest damage you can. It really doesn't have that much survivability, so if you can hit it with a Pharah, a Junkrat, a Storm Arrow all at the same time, there's no way it'll survive. One of the most common ways to counter bunker comp is actually to bunker comp yourself and set up in a position where you know you're going to get to shoot slightly longer. Lastly, I suggest learning to play bunker comp yourself. There's so many common mistakes that bunker comps make that you can easily exploit when you're going against one. If you want to learn to play bunker comp in about 5 minutes, make sure you check out the video in the description below. If you learned something today, please subscribe. This is episode 5 of How the Pros Play, and there's going to be quite a few more episodes. If you like this format, I look forward to seeing you again next week.